Hello! Hello, hello! Hi! Can you guys hear me? Please let me know in the chat so I can know if I can move on, if you can actually do this. Because I have this history of always getting something wrong with the audio. I don't know what it is, man, really. It just is, you know? Meanwhile, let me get things ready here. We have the black background, then Clip Studio. Ooh, nice. Today we're gonna be painting this girl here. So today is actually, okay, so we're gonna be warming up for the upcoming portrait challenge, which is next week. We start on Monday. It's gonna be 5 days to paint a full portrait. It's gonna be awesome. And then I thought of warming up today, just painting a little something, having some fun. And I chose this girl because, well, it's mermaid. So we're painting a girl that is dressed as a mermaid, basically. So let me get the, what is the name? The reference. All right, we have our reference. Oh, let me record. I always forget to record. Ta-da, it is recording. Because I still haven't figured out how to get a 4K quality from YouTube. So I stream and record at the same time. So I can record in 4K and the stream goes as it goes. Hello! Hello, hello! I can see 2 people talking on the chat, but then on the screen we only see 1. Why? Let me try something. Hold on. I'm gonna get a new link here. Just to fix the chat. Let's see if it will work. I'm guessing not. Well, we're gonna continue, or actually start now. Are you excited? I hope you are, because I am, and it's gonna be awesome. So let's get the timer, our close friend, the timer. Just to show you, we have 25 minutes of painting and then 5 minutes of resting, because it's good for our wrists and our hands and our fingers and the whole body to just rest every once in a while. So let's get started. How are you guys doing today? I'm so full from lunch. Actually, I don't know why. I didn't even eat that much. Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing here. So first I'm just finding the shape of her head. Just a general shape. I don't usually do that whole Loomis thing, although I probably should. I don't usually do it, to be honest. But it is very useful. I always do it when it's an angle that I'm not used to. So if I'm painting, we're looking at a face from below, from above, something like that, then I always use Loomis. Because if I don't, it's going to be really hard. For this one, I'm going to use it as well. So what we do is, we have a circle, and then we have one line for the hairline, one for the eyebrows. A common mistake is making this for the eyes. Oh, nice. You gotta show us your drawing later, Chiqua. So we have one for the eyebrows here. Then 1/3, 2, and 3. 2 is actually around here. Then we have the nose around this area, and then the chin is actually around here. That makes a very classic Loomis head. But I always like cut it off like this, chop it, and then I can see that I made the top too large. So I kind of use it and then I kind of change all of it. Hate watch. I don't know how to call you. What should I call you? We have a general placement of her ear, although we can't see on the photo. By the way, guys, is the music good? Can you hear me all right and hear the music as well? Recently, I was watching one of the stream recordings and I thought the music was too loud for me. So this time I lowered it. I hope it's good. So you can see that I'm just messing with it. I should just do a regular Loomis head, but I always start with it and then I change and do something else. So we have the general shape of her hair. Simon, hello Simon, welcome. How did you find us? Are you here from the challenge? Are you here because you saw on YouTube? Just like knowing how people find us. Hello! Hi, Kara. Can I call it Kara? No, I can call it Carolina. It's your name after all. I have a friend who he never calls anybody by a nickname. He says, his mother didn't name him like this, so I'm gonna name the way his mother named him, for example. I'm like, okay, boy, whatever you say. So we have the general shape of her hair. Very anime-poi, anime-like. I love this type of wig. It looks so cute with the anime style. And then we have a placement here for her jewelry. And then we can erase all that the hair is covering. Doesn't matter. Oh, there's no music? I knew. I always get something wrong with the audio. Is it? Let's see if it's me. Hello. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna increase the volume. Okay, so what should I call you? Let me know if the music's listenable now or if I just made a mistake with it. So we have the nose here. I'm gonna make her face a little bit slimmer because she is pretty slim. Like, she had a little bit of a puffy cheek, but overall it's a long face. You can hear it? Okay, good. Then let me actually do something else because now it's too loud for me. I can't really think if there's loud music. So I'm gonna increase on OBS. Let me know if it works, if it's a good volume, this type of thing, okay? So let's get her cheek to look a little bit rounded. Her chin is kind of tiny and cute. Okay. I want to get her whole structure within this first 25 minutes. Oh, you're from the challenge. Nice. What's schematics? For some reason, Simon's chat messages are not showing up over here. Does anybody know how to fix it? There's always something with my streams. Well, there will come a day when I will be proficient at it. So about her mouth, usually it is located a little bit above the middle area, the center between the nose and the bottom part of the chin. So it's a little bit above the middle. If you paint it in the middle, it also works. Kind of like this. And then for her eyes, I think I'm gonna draw one and then get the other one to be symmetrical to it. Not symmetrical because her head is rotated, but I mean aligned. Yes, aligned. So I have one eye. It's very high on her head. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. You can see his messages? Yeah, but when I look here on the screen, it doesn't seem like it's showing. Oh, okay, yeah. It is important to do that. If we just, let's say we start drawing from the eye, then it's so easy to get lost, you know? Because if you don't have the proportions in place first, it's just very, very hard. So whatever we draw, we usually start with the overall structure of it. Unless we're Kim Jung-gi, but he was very out of the norm. Yeah, I don't know why the issue with the messages. Okay, so we have a lot of her here actually, and her hair is actually much more closer to her mouth and eyes and everything, so I'm gonna put it here. I was looking for what image we were gonna use as a reference and I couldn't decide, and then when I saw this one I'm like, yes! Because it's mermaid! So we can draw a mermaid. By the way guys, if you're watching, hit that like button so YouTube can show it to more people. You know how it works. Come on, we gotta get a bunch of people here. Or maybe not a bunch, but folks who are like us and who will enjoy this. Wow, we can't see her eyebrow. I'm gonna add one anyway. I don't know why we can't see her eyebrow on the original. She has those contact lenses that make the iris look huge. Is this a character from somewhere? Like, is it cosplay? Does anybody know? Because I mean, the contacts, the wig, everything is very cosplay-like. But maybe it's just like dressing as a mermaid or something like that. I don't know. In the original, I just see one. One what? Eyebrow? Yeah, me too. This delay is so... it's too much. YouTube, it's time you fix this. Because a little bit of delay, that's normal. But like 3 minutes of delay? Isn't that too much? She looks like a fairy. Yeah. That's true, she could be a fairy. Maybe she is a fairy after all. Okay, I think we have the structure in place here. And we can start doing a little bit more here. I usually don't do more detailed sketching because I erase the lines after all. When I used to make anime style, I would really put some effort on those lines. Now I don't. So what I'm gonna do, name it sketch, save it because I forgot to save it. And then new layer, I'm just gonna add some color here. Something similar to what we see on the reference. Kinda like this. And then I will make her silhouette. I'm using lasso fill, which is a tool that you make a selection and it fills with color. It's my favorite tool. You know what I just remembered? I first tried Clip Studio many years ago, but back then it didn't have liquify, so I gave up on it. It's because I use so much liquify. Everything becomes too slow if I don't have it, you know? Oh, let me just see if I get more center now. Or did I actually make it the other way around and now I'm uncentered? Okay. So we have her silhouette, whatever that is. I'm gonna name it flats because it's gonna be the flat colors. New layer, clip it, and then I can paint her skin. Usually I select a color and then I change it if I see the need, which is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna make it more pink. Less saturated and brighter. What do you mean? Oh, what drawing app I used? Back then I used to use Photoshop. I used to use Photoshop and then I tried switching to Clip Studio, but it didn't have liquify, so I I gave up on it for a while. And then the moment they announced, hey, we have liquify again, I'm like, ah, my time has come. No? The white of her eye, I'm not gonna make it like pure white. Just somewhat white, you know? Then I can add a lip here. Oh, that's not red enough. I usually prefer desaturated or muted colors, but I do want them to have the right hue. I mean, there's no right or wrong, because it's my painting, I can do whatever I want. But there kinda is, right? If I'm doing a study, I want to do something similar to it, with my own flair. Her eye is greenish yellow. I think I'm gonna do something like a grayish yellow, so it looks kind of green. And then jewelry. I think I'll actually leave it for later. I'm not gonna paint it now. Let's just leave the jewelry here. We have some flats, merge down, merge all layers. We have the flats now. Now, I can see her hair is too much to the side, like the size of her face. So what I'm gonna do is actually select her face and make it larger. like she's being swallowed by her hair, you know? Let me see on another screen so I can see how it looks. Now her eyes are too high up. I can see, they were already, but now I can see it. Something like this. Then new layer, I fix the colors. I really don't like her right now. Let's reduce the saturation of her skin, make it brighter because she's really, really bright. Her hair is just so much. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm making it more similar to the photo so I can more clearly see what I can improve. I want her hair to be much less voluminous, volumetric. I don't know the name. Less volume. Especially this side here. Let's do it like this. Oops, I had selected her cheek. Now, put it a little bit here, remove her bangs, and we go a little bit more. Much better. Now I'm just using a pink bucket to erase some of those. And then cleaning edges. Now, what I'm gonna do is add blush to her skin. I just love it. There's no explanation. Oops, I accidentally switched to Japanese. And then now I can add blush. Maybe her bottom lip as well here. I think her chin is too large. She's not cute. Her eyes are too high, her chin is too large, and that makes her look kind of masculine, because that's how we usually perceive that these traits are masculine. So let's lower her eyes and eyebrows. And liquefy her chin. We're gonna use the liquefy that rotates to rotate her eye. This was one of my greatest discoveries with Clip Studio. I mean, other apps have it as well, but I don't ever see people using it, and it's so powerful. So I highly recommend using it when necessary. I think she's cuter now, right? Yeah. Okay, she's cuter. She has... Oopsie. Let me do something here. I'm gonna add blush in random places. And then use a lasso... No. What is the name? A layer mask. To remove it from where it doesn't belong. Like this. That way, if I decide later to change it, like I move something again, it's going to be easier to modify it. I made her mouth the way I see it on the reference, which is kind of rotated like this, kind of tilted. But it looks a little weird, the way I did it. Yeah, I always do the blush first. It's a little bit because it helps with painting, and it's a little bit because I just like the instant gratification. I think it looks cute, basically. I always do whatever I can to make something look good. At any point of the painting, I want it to look good, you know? Okay, so we have flat colors and blush. What tool did you use to shift the eyes and eyebrows? I did two things. I made a selection and moved it. And then I used liquify to push the pixels and rotate it. Okay, we're gonna create a new layer now, and it's gonna be the shading level 1. I call it shading level 1, but it's just a made-up name. I actually think this shadow is gonna be more like blue. Kind of like this, and then lighter, slightly. And then on her skin, let's make the flat colors reference. So when I'm on another layer, I can reference it. Like this. And then the skin, I want it to be way more red and less saturated. Layer mask, delete. And then I can add shadow in just a few places. Time is up, but I'm gonna just finish these shadows because I don't like stopping in the middle of a phase like this. So far I'm doing everything with a lasso fill. So now I can see that the shadow on the hair is too blue. I want it to be more purple. So let's select it and then make it purple. More saturated. Ooh, yeah, that's what was missing. We didn't have enough color in it, enough saturation, like this. And then her skin as well, I want it more red. Okay, we're gonna pause now. I'm actually gonna grab some water. Are you guys hydrating well? Don't forget. So 5 minutes, let me get some water and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Is this no because you're not hydrating? Come on, Kata. You didn't tell me what I should call you. You said only your mom calls you Catalina when she's mad. So what should I call you? But I totally get it. Not many people call me by my name here. So, where I come from, we have an endearment suffix. I don't know how to call it, but it's like calling little something or little someone. This exists in the Portuguese language. But where I come from, we usually call girls with this. It's kind of like the Japanese chan. But like even... So I had students who were like 15 years younger than me. Teenagers and kids. And they would call me like that. Like little Bruna, which is Bruninha. I love this. I think it's so adorable. But here where I live now, they just take the first syllable of your name and call you. So my name is Bruna, they call me Bru, which is fine, but I totally prefer the cute one. Okay, Kata, I will. So what are you guys, what's been up these last few days? What good things happened? What did you watch? What did you read? For me, I finished watching Shiroisu no Aquatope, which is, I think it's aquatope on the white sand. I don't know what's an aquatope to this point, even though I finished watching it, but it's about an aquarium and it's really cute. It's a slice of life. It's nice. And then I started watching Marriage Toxin, which is a comedy and it's so funny. It is so funny. It's really, really good. At least it's my type of absurd comedy. It's a lot of fun. This Marriage Toxin one, it's so absurd because it's about the main character, Gero. He is the heir of a poison specialist family. They have special powers and they're specialists in poison. And then he never wants to marry because he says, who's gonna like someone like me? I don't know how to talk to people. I have no experience whatsoever and I'm a killer. Which I think is a very fair point. But then his grandma is like, hey, you totally have to marry or else we're gonna kidnap your sister and force her to have babies because we need an heir. He's like, whoa, lady, hold on. So, while this whole crisis is happening, he is hired to kill a swindler. It's someone who, she's a specialist in making people fall in love with her and then she cons them and takes their money. So when he's about to kill her, he's like, wait, I just had this splendid idea. How about to marry me? Then I'll let you live. It's like, no, I'd rather die. That's all first episode. And then he's like, okay, you know what? Since you're a specialist in love, you're gonna help me get a girlfriend so I can marry. She's like, okay, that sounds good. And then that's the story. It's her helping him get a girlfriend and marry. I hope they fall in love, but I'm not sure if this will happen, but I think it will. And oh, also, she says she's not a girl, she says she's a guy. So I'm probably gonna refer to this character as a they, because I'm not sure. She says she's a guy, but she says she switches, like she dresses the way she needs to make someone fall in love for them. And I'm gonna stop to use she, it's a them. So if they are preying on a woman, they dress as men. That's very hetero, right? Why couldn't a woman fall in love with a man? But anyway, with a girl. But anyway, this story is actually quite progressive because his sister is actually a lesbian. She has a girlfriend, and he's like, "You're not gonna marry some random guy to have kids because you have someone you love, and you're gonna marry your girlfriend." And I'm like, oh, "You're a nice brother." So anyway, it's a cute story, but it makes little sense. It's really good, it's really funny. Catalipa. What's Catalipa? Does it mean something, or is it just because it sounds funny? The funny thing, Julia, is that I like watching anime without seeing what it's about before. So I'm always surprised, either positively or negatively. In this case, it was positively, because I was like, what? That is not what I expected. Okay, so we have the basic shading here. I'm gonna add a second level of shading. So it's gonna be like occlusion shadow, this type of thing. I just duplicated the layer and then I'm painting. Can you guys see how amazing lasso fill is? Look how quickly I can do this. If this was an anime style painting, sure, I would have spent about half an hour working on the line art. But other than that, it's so quick. It's low-key insane. Oops. Oh, Dua Lipa. It is very peculiar. It's a really good anime. The thing about it's really, I love watching anime without knowing what it's about, because usually they are really weird. And I like being surprised like that. Also, I've watched like I finished watching 370 anime or something like that. So I have somewhat of a radar to just know from the looks of it if it's gonna be good or not. Sometimes I get it wrong, but most times I get it right. An easy rule is that if something is very different visually from everything else, then it'll probably be amazing. Because for an anime to be serialized, even though it's very different from everything else, and manga, I mean, becoming serialized, it means it must be amazing, really amazing. Can you see the tiny shadows I'm adding? They're occlusion shadows, although occlusion shadow doesn't have hard edges. But I like doing it like this because it's quicker. And then I'm gonna blend it later. I love Danma. It's really good, it's so funny. The funny thing is, I first watched it when I was a teenager, like 13 years old or so, and I didn't quite like it. And then they remade it recently, right? And I was like, okay, let me watch it. And I loved it. It's much better than what I remembered. I remembered it being like very sexist and all, and it probably was because it's from the 90s. But the remake is really good. I hear they changed some things, so it's a little bit more, you know, acceptable in this day and age. But I missed the first opening. Ya papa, ishante. It's really good. I've always loved that song. It's so cute. Okay, so we have the second level of shading here now. Look how it brings a lot of depth to the painting. Now what I'm gonna do. Layer mask on the sketch. I'm gonna erase most of it. I'm just gonna usually keep it around the eyes with a lower opacity, and then the nose and mouth. I'm gonna remove the jewelry one because it's gonna get in the way. Thank you. Julia, if you just watch, let's say you watch one episode of an anime and it sucks, you just spent one episode of your life, you know, just 20 minutes. I think it's worth it. It's better than having that decision paralysis or analysis paralysis where you're like trying to find something good and then you search and search and search and search again for hours. I prefer just giving it a try. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I watched the first episode, I hate it, it sucks. And then I try it again later and I love it. Actually, that happens a lot. So with Demon Slayer, that one was funny. I selected all layers, grouped, duplicated, and I'm gonna merge them. Because now I can paint it. And I'm gonna make a selection for each part of her body. Like skin, save a selection. And then hair, save a selection. White. Let me name stuff, or else I'm gonna get lost. Lip. I don't think I need one for lip, I just need to increase the skin one. And then eyes. I'm gonna add her eyebrows to her skin. And okay, we have some selection layers. We have her, and then we can paint. The best part. We're like 40 minutes in, and the image is so close to being done. But it's not, because rendering takes forever. Yeah, Simon, they have different moods. I don't want her to have those heavy lidded sexy eyes. I chose to make her more like awake. I might change my mind later. But for now, this is what we have. I'm gonna start with blending here. No, I don't like it. Let's go back. What am I gonna do? You know what? Let's go back. I wanna add some ambient light to her. Her skin is too flat. It needs ambient light. Oopsie. kind of like this, and then screen, and then reduce opacity, not screen. Yeah, vivid light, make it less green, more purple. Layer mask, and we paint it. It's gonna be around here. Oh, that's too purple. Okay, but now we have an idea of what we're doing. No. No. I had a better idea. I'm gonna select her skin here, because this edge is a little bit more red, it's brighter, it's just softer like this. Yeah. This one is dark, but it's red. And then some areas are more purple. Like this. Oops, too much. We're actually gonna make it bluish. Ooh, that looks... Oh, now, okay, that works. This, and a little bit more red around here. I don't know. Oh, you know what I forgot? Flipping and hating the image. Ooh! Ah, that hurts. It's okay. Nothing a good liquify can't change. Oh, The Promised Neverland is really good. I don't like the area around her chin. It looks unpleasant. Okay, it's a little bit better now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fix it when I'm painting. Might be easier. Okay, now we merge. And if I add ambient light later, it's gonna be later. So what do we do now? Now we paint and we blend. I'm blending right now, not painting. I mean, blending is a type of painting, one might argue. And then I'm gonna paint with a... Oh, you don't like season 2? Well, to be honest, I didn't watch it, I think, but I read the whole manga and I really like it. Did you not like the animation or the story? I thought the story was really good. Let's create a new layer, add glow, and add glow. Maybe glow dodge. Oh, is it rushed? Did they finish the story in one season? I'm gonna keep this at glow here and think about it later. And then paint. This area here needs to be a little bit darker. One of the hardest parts in making a study like this is stylizing it. It's so easy to over-render, to zoom in a lot and detail, detail, detail. Keeping a style, not as easy. What's a blend if feature? Oh, I see. I thought the manga was pretty good. I think they handled well the ending as well. Many people hated it, but I thought it was expected. They hated it because it was a happy ending. But did you really think it would be a sad ending after you saw that they managed to escape that place with 50 kids with them? Of course it would be a happy ending. Yeah, I blend a lot as well, Simon. I'm making her nose too anime. But I don't know if I want to leave it like this. I'm gonna work on some other area and then I'll think about it. Her cheek here needs to be brighter. Even though it is shadow, but it's not a lot of shadow actually, it's more like it's light. You know what, let me merge the glow and then I can use it to paint here. Bye, Julia! Blend if, like editing the layer effect to have a similar texture. I'm not sure, to be honest. If it's a blending mode or something like that, it does have it. So I was making this here with tiny brush strokes, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna make it larger like this, and then it looks cleaner. See? And then we blend, blend, blend. I love this part. It's relaxing, you know? I don't love it when I'm in a rush because it takes forever. But when I'm not in a rush, I think it's fun. Have you seen how there are some moments here when the painting looks really ugly? And that's, you know, those moments when people are like, you gotta trust the process. It's true. Sometimes you gotta trust the process. I'm really thinking about this nose. I don't know what I want to do. Let's try this here, which is flattening it a little bit. Or a lot. Stylizing it more. And then her lip, we're softening. Paint and blend. When blending, you gotta press real light. I don't like her smile, it's a little too artificial, making this V. So let's change it. I'm gonna make her mouth larger by selecting and resizing it. And then erasing the edges that don't belong. Let's see, we flip and then we're scared. Yeah, definitely looks better with the larger mouth, but it needs to be repositioned. I don't know, man. I see it on the photo and I don't like how it looks in the painting. I know I'm not copying 100%, but it just... I might change her lip a little bit. Now I made it all too dark. We're gonna make the brush blending mode lighter color, and then we can lighten it better. And then we blend. You know what I'm gonna try? I'm just looking at the reference closely before making a decision. Okay, time is up, but give me a moment. I think we need a little bit more of this. No. Also no. Sometimes we gotta try a few times until we find the value and the hue we're looking for. I can see on the reference that her upper lip is actually lighter than the bottom one, but it looks so odd on the painting, I might not do it. Okay, let's pause and chat as we pause. Hey. What else? The Promised Neverland. I remember when it first came out, everybody was shocked, including myself. It was like, oh. Because if you watch it without knowing what it's about, it's crazy. Oh yeah, the thing that I was gonna say about Demon Slayer, when it first came out, so every anime season, I look at what is coming up and what's gonna launch. And then I pick like 2 or 3 to try. And then for that season, I saw Demon Slayer and I'm like, wow, this one is very visually different. So, whoa, let me try it. Let me give it a shot. Give it a try. And then I watched the first episode and I was like, ugh, that's so generic. It was so obvious that his whole family was gonna die. And I'm like, no, I'm disappointed. That's not... My instincts were wrong. But then, week 2, week 3, week 4, I kept seeing people talking about it on Instagram. And then around week 6 or 7, I'm like, you know what? Everybody's talking so much, I'm gonna give it a shot. And then when I did, I'm like, ah! From episode 2, it becomes so good. I'm like, see, there's no way something this visually different would be serialized if it wasn't good. So yeah, it's rare. I don't think I've seen something that is very distinguished aesthetically that is not good. In anime, particularly. Because like 90% of anime have the same face, or they just have the same, like, it might not be what's trending right now, but it was trending 2 years ago, something like that. So yeah, when it's very different, you gotta stay tuned. I think her eyes are too big for my taste. I usually prefer characters with smaller eyes. And I still don't like her chin. I'm gonna change that a little bit. Oh, you don't know? Today at college, my friend, how do I say it? She brought cake, a chocolate cake. And I was like, I totally have to eat it. Just, I'm allergic to milk. And I had 3 slices. But it was so good. Oh my god, it was really good. It tasted amazing. So yeah, just, I had asthma afterwards, but you know, sometimes you just gotta accept. No, I'm kidding. I should not eat things with milk because, I mean, can you blame me? But the other cool thing that happened was that we did some printing. I don't know the name in English, but so it's a type of printing process where we, oh, that's a complex one. I think it would be easier for me to show you a video. But anyway, we place the image on a fabric, kind of like a canvas, but it's passed through. Hello Chris, welcome. We're just pausing, and when the time is up here, we're gonna get back to painting. Yeah, she looks like a doll. I really like looking at art with big eyes, but I usually don't like making it. Yeah, I'm gonna change her eye size a little bit. I don't want to wait anymore. Let's do it. Guys, everybody who's watching, give that like. Come on, we gotta get more people online here. Well, we don't really, but it would be nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna select her eyes, duplicate, reduce just slightly, and then reposition. Oh yeah, that's much better. And then we erase the edges. Oopsie, wrong color. Something kind of like this. Oh yeah, she looks better with the eyes not so big. Okay, merge down, and then her lip as well. It's the opposite, it's better bigger, so we merge down as well. And then this is for, wait, let me do something else. Okay, now. I like saving previous versions because then I can save this step by step later. Okay, so what do we do next? I think I want to work more. Okay, so we have about 50 minutes left. I want to work on her hair, just to get it to a point where it looks nice. And then we can really focus on her face. So for her hair, what are we doing? Big flat brush, getting the shapes in place. I think this needs to be more saturated. Yes. Kind of like this. And then we pick the bright colors in some places. This is too thick. Needs to be more like this. Yeah. A flat brush is just perfect for hair. At least I think I love it. What else? What else? Okay, so we have some lighter colors here. Oh, you know, I was in color theory class this week, and then the professor, he showed us some colors that were too contrasting, and he was like, what can we do to improve this? And I was like, we can change the value. And he said, without changing the color. And then someone said, change the saturation. He's like, yes. But hello? How is it that changing value changes the color and saturation doesn't? Of course it does. I was like, ugh, dude. I don't know. Who am I to know something? No, just kidding. I find it bad when a professor does something like that, because most people, they don't know things, right? So they trust what the teacher says, the professor, sorry. It's the same word in Portuguese. We don't separate, differentiate a professor from a teacher. But anyway. So like folks are learning wrong, you know? That's not good. Let me add some of her skin around here. Some of what we see. I'm gonna paint hair on top of it later. And then for the other side, I'm actually gonna color pick from the first side. So we can see that there's some brown near her neck, right? But I don't know, I have a feeling that's something about the wig. I'm not sure I want to add it here. Oh, Marilu! Now that I saw the Marilu. Yeah, but can you see what I'm saying? Like, if I pick this color here, and I change the saturation here, and it's gray now, how can it not be a different color? Yeah, man. One of the things I don't like a lot about college in general is that we can't call a professor out. Of course. It's not, I wouldn't do that on other learning spaces either. But I mean, there are some spaces where if you not call them out, because that would be a jackass move, but if you like later tell them, hey, but rather actually this, they might consider. But in college, you'll have like huge egos. You can't disagree. Most of them are art history teacher. He's not like that. So that one is like, if we see something, we can correct him and he's totally fine with it, which I love it. Although I never correct him because I don't know anything about art history. But you know, sometimes someone does and he's like, oh, thank you for letting me know. Whatever. Nobody thinks he's less than us because of that. He still knows a lot more than us. Right? It's like sometimes when I'm teaching someone something and they ask about perspective, if it's complex perspective, I don't really know. I gotta be honest. Okay, her hair is coming close to being, like it's coming together well, right? Do you guys watch while doing something else? Like anything, not just this stream, but anything? We were talking about that today in college. I was talking about it with some friends. And I can't. Like, I either look at what I'm watching or what I'm doing. I have no idea how people like, oh, I'm gonna draw while watching a Ghibli movie. And I'm like, what? How can you do that? How can you watch and draw at the same time? But I know several people who do it. It's crazy. So are you team watch and draw, or just watch, or just draw? That's a crime. Okay, ta-da! Her hair is pretty nice now. Let's duplicate. I'm just looking a little bit to decide what to do next. Yes, totally agree. Ghibli movies need to be admired. I'm gonna do this on a new layer for loose hair. This one is a little bit messy the way I did. probably gonna fix it. Oh, we still need her jewelry. I can't forget it. Don't let me forget it, please. I like making some gaps on hair like this, so we can see the skin through. It adds life, it adds depth. This whole strand here, this area, is so, how do I say it, uniform? I'm gonna have to change it a little bit. When something is too uniform like this, it doesn't look natural. Although it is a wig, but, you know, I don't want it to look like a wig. So for now, I'm just adding more texture to the hair. Oh yeah, something like this helps break it. Break the evenness. Yeah, like this. See? So what I'm not liking here is that her hair is too cold for her skin and her eye. I'm thinking about if I should warm her hair or cool her skin. Let me flip and then we can think about it. Can you see this weird texture that the blender is creating? The blending tool? So I'm switching to another one that will mostly remove the texture. It's important to choose the right type of blending tool for what you're doing. Hi Lily! How are you? Today our stream is, we have lots of college friends here. Hello. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. So I just noticed that this eye is a little bit off. So let's try and fix it. And then flip back. Now, let me try something. I'm going to create a new layer, overlay, and try to make the, what is the name? The hair. Oopsie, that's too bright. No, never mind, not overlay. We're going to go with hue, saturation, luminosity. I'm going to make the hair a little bit warmer to see how it fits the skin. That's too much, but let me just try something. Oh, actually, the value might be the issue. Hold on, let's see if it's the value. Let's choose 0 saturation. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a really weird value. So let's select. I think her hair is brighter than her skin. Maybe. I'm just trying something here. Yeah, but now I think it fits even less. I kind of like it, but also kind of don't. Yeah, the values are definitely off. Maybe like this. And then let me try, her skin needs something else as well. Oh, yeah, now it's a subtle change, but I think it fits better now. And now it might be time, wait. Select these two, lock them, so when I color pick, I don't pick that color accidentally. And then I'm just gonna add some detail to the hair here. I still want to have time to do her headpiece, the jewelry. So come on, I can't spend too much time in this. Oh yeah, white hair is always better. And then there's too much contrast in this area here. We're gonna change it a little bit. Better. Yeah, I think I gotta focus on her face now. But I wanna get the hair done, you know? When I get to a point when I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm gonna leave it at that for now, and then we can improve her face. I don't really like the eye color, so let's change that. I'm making a selection now that will become the iris. Let's zoom out and decide on a color for her eyes. Oh, maybe purple. Oh yeah, I like this. Maybe. I really like the combination of orange, purple, and teal, usually. I would have to change some things for it to be here. But then when I make her eyes too cold like this, I don't think it fits her lips, which are very warm. Maybe they need to be more like that. Yeah, I definitely prefer this color than the old one, so we're going with that. Okay, we're gonna be making these eyes real quick actually. For this one we need a round brush. Then we paint the pupil. I like adding a little bit of light to the pupil like this. I'm just switching all that green that came with the, what is the name? Hue, saturation, luminosity. Ribbon of tools. Oh, this one here? It's because I have a selection. I'm hiding the selection because I don't like those walking ants. But it's a selection launcher. Whenever you make a selection, it's gonna appear. For now, I'm just cleaning the outline because I hadn't worked on this area yet. So the whole outline of the eye is still messy. Oopsie, time is up. Come on, computer. All right, 5 minutes pause. I'm getting hungry now. Hey. Are you guys just watching or doing something else? Let's chat, let's talk a little bit. Oh, I can see that her pupils are not aligned. I'm gonna have to change that. I wanted to travel. If you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go to? I would go to Japan. Oh, going to a good, what do they call it? Those warm springs? Thermal springs? Something like that? That looks amazing. There are many places I wanted to go to, actually. Here in Brazil, I don't actually know a lot of here. I haven't been to many places in Brazil. Yeah, good thing we have a lifetime ahead of us to get to know places. But actually, as much as I like traveling, it's not a priority. It's not something that I cannot live without, you know? It's just nice. So, really nice. Oh, I really want to eat. Maybe I should grab a snack and we're gonna be snacking and drawing. But actually, no, right? Because I'm not gonna draw and type with dirty hands. And how am I gonna talk if I am eating? Yeah, the portrait challenge. 5 days to paint a portrait. I'm gonna be guiding you so you can paint a full portrait in just 5 days. Each day, it's gonna take you between 30 minutes and 1 hour. So even if you're busy, even if you work full time, you just need 30 minutes, 1 hour to finish it. And you also can watch the recordings for a few days. So during the weekend you can... My words are not coming today. Can you notice? Of course you can. I'm like pausing a lot and the words are not coming. But anyway, even if you don't have the time to finish within the 5 days, you have a few more days of buffer so you can finish it. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Good thing I didn't actually plan it, but next week we have a holiday here. It's gonna be Thursday, I think Friday as well. That's gonna be good for me. Because a challenge like this seems like it's gonna demand my time some more. But I'm excited to do it. I have never done a challenge like this and it sounds so much fun. I think it's gonna be awesome. Come on, time. Run a little bit quicker. It's funny, you know something that I think I was listening about recently, or maybe I was talking to someone about it. How, okay, we're always saying, oh, when we're kids, time passes real slow. But maybe it's actually that, let's say you're 5 years old. 1 year is an entire 20% of everything that you have ever lived so far. And you don't even remember the first 2 or 3 years. So 1 year is a lot for a 5-year-old. For a 80-year-old person, even 5 years is not that much. So it's more about what we've been through, and that changes our perspective of time. Okay, time to get back to painting. We gotta finish this girl today. I don't wanna take it to the next day, so we're gonna do what we can with the time we have allotted. I used to paint real quick, real quick. Recently, I'm more fond of painting slowly, but I miss producing a lot of stuff. Because I'm getting used to painting slowly, I need to sometimes just practice being quick like this, because then I don't have much of an option. It keeps me sharp, you know? Oh yeah, let's get to her. Wait, let me do this part here, and then we get back to the eyes. What do we do with the eyes now? Okay, so we have pupils that are not aligned, so I'm liquefying them. Now what I'm gonna do is gonna be, I'm actually gonna pick a painting that I have done that I like the eye, and I'm gonna use it as a reference, which is this one. I like the detail. So we're gonna be referencing it. It's fine if you reference your own paintings, you know, or anybody else's, whatever. But it's kind of funny because, like, okay, I'm the one who did this. How can I not remember how I did it? But it is what it is. It is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Bum, 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 bum. Does anybody know this song? I don't know if it is famous or not. I learned it from a student I used to have when I was an aerial silks instructor. One of my teenage students showed me this song, and I really like it. I think it's a nice song, you know? Okay, so we have the volume of the eye. Can you see how just adding this little bit of a dark rim adds a lot of volume to it? I have a feeling that learning to paint is actually about, it's not just a feeling, let me fix that. Learning to paint is actually about learning to simplify. It's not a feeling, and it's not something I learned by myself either. Someone told me, or many someones. Where's my reference? I think I didn't save it. Let's put it back here. Yeah, but it has, okay, now I'm a little unsure, but I think it's just the contact lenses, but the left eye, like her right eye, our left, looks suspicious. I hope it's not AI. I have this history of accidentally getting AI references, and it always annoys me to no end. So next, I'm actually gonna zoom in a little bit more and add those thin strokes, like this. I cannot make them too uniform. It looks fake. Again, whenever we do something human or nature-made, natural, we need to add unevenness. Let me see if I like this. Okay, no, now it's too harsh. So let's go back in, pick the square brush and just soften it a little bit. The contrast is too high. Yeah, it's better. I'm gonna add some random colors here. Like this. And then I just like random colors. Let's see. Oh, nice. I accidentally made on the wrong layer. See if I can undo. Only partially. Okay. Never mind. All right. I think I can add some highlight here now. For the highlight, I actually like a textured brush. And I think I want to add some purple and white. I really don't like the colors. I have a feeling when I look at this tomorrow, I'll see all the mistakes. It's not just a feeling, it's history. It's science-based history. Sometimes there comes a moment when I'm like unsure, simply unsure. Oh, I like this. I don't like her mouth. Ever since we started the mouth, I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I'm gonna try to make it look better. And then the color doesn't match. So what we're gonna do, hue saturation. I'm gonna select only this area, not select the painted. And then let's see if we can Oh, it's not going, so I did something wrong. Let's go back. Okay, now it will go. Yeah, it's better now. Merge down and maybe move it a little tiny bit up. Oh yeah, this is much better. It's so funny because it's such a small, see? A tiny little change. It looks incredibly better. We're blending. And I'm actually gonna add some subsurface scattering. Overlay, red. Oh, she's coming to life. Subsurface scattering is magic, pure and simple. Not like this, no. On the hair it's a little bit harder to apply because it doesn't happen in real life. But sometimes I like adding it. Tricks to get the likeness. Analyzing the relationship between each part of the face. So how distant are the insides of the eyes, and what is this distance compared to the inside compared to the nose? Just making lots of comparisons of each part of her face. Here I'm not looking for likeness, that's why mine is very different, but when you are, that's what you do. Okay? Oh, her eyebrows, I almost forgot it. Come on. This is one easy way to make the character look yes, I can send you the reference image, but I don't share my Clip Studio files, sorry. But yeah, I can send you the reference image. I'm gonna add it to the group. Are you guys on the general Discord group? Not only the challenge one, because there's a lot of fun stuff over there. Just so you know. Oh yeah, let me focus here on... You know what? Let me get the reference for you before I forget. I'm gonna send the link right now on Discord, because I would totally easily forget. Okay, it's on the challenge chat, and then I'll add it to the other one later. Oopsie, my subsurface scattering is affecting my color, so I'm gonna lock it, and then I can color pick correctly. Eyebrows are the easiest thing to paint, and it's so funny because they look so hard. But you can paint one in like 15 seconds or so. It's even a little bit annoying because sometimes I want to make a video out of it and it doesn't last enough. Yeah, give it a try. This reference is pretty, isn't it? I saw it and I was like, ooh, that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, eyebrows are pretty much done. I just need to remove the subsurface scattering from it. Subsurface scattering is this red that I added to the skin. It is created by when light hits a surface and that surface is semi-transparent. light might bounce through it. And that creates a subsurface scattering effect. It bounces through and then it gets, wait, let me get this lace here. So yeah, light bounces around and comes out with a different color. That is the color of the light combined with the color of the object, the inside of it. So when it's human skin, it's gonna come out red because we're muscles and, you know, blood and all the red stuff inside of us. Yeah, I will add simpler stuff. That's important. The one that we're gonna do for the challenge is not gonna be like this one here, because this one, like, her hair is pretty wild and the light as well. The one we're gonna do is gonna be simpler. All right, now what I want to do is zoom in and detail stuff. Merge layers, and I'm gonna add details. What are the details? Well, for starters, we can add her little, what do we call this? Birthmarks? And like this, and this. And then one here. And then I'm gonna make it lighter because it's a little bit light on the photo. And then, oh, I actually want to add her eyelashes. There was a time when I didn't really like painting eyelashes. Not the process of it, but I didn't like the result. So my characters didn't have lashes. It was just like how I did before now, where I had the dark, thick line that indicates lashes. But nowadays I love it. It can look so pretty. Oopsie. You know, one thing that I love doing, okay, we're gonna do it now, it's amazing, it's adding texture to the painting like this. Ooh, it looks so rich. It's just a stylistic choice, but I adore it. It's so tiny, but it looks really nice, at least to me. You can even add a little bit of something like this. It's kind of like a highlight, but it's not really, because, I mean, we don't have highlights in shadow. Although I was saying this, but look at the shine that we see here on her lip. So maybe they call it something else, but it's basically a highlight in shadow. Look at this! How good it's... Oh, yeah, portraits, they're quite complex, right? I do recommend you, like if you've never ever painted or drawn before, doing something like starting with boxes or something like that might be easier. But also I think art is meant for us to have fun. So if you don't like those type of studies and want to go straight to portraits, sure, why not, you know? Ah, she looks so pretty now. Let's add some more texture. It's like hatching, but on a digital painting like this. Like not on line art, but on the painting, and I love it. You know, this thing about like what should we learn first? Typically, we would say that it's simpler things, not portraits. But I also know artists who they learned by doing so many paintings and trying to learn each time, they improved. That is not the typical learning route, and most people don't produce enough that this route will produce results, you know, because you need to paint a lot for it to work. And most people, they don't do that. They do like I don't know, one drawing every several days or months, which is fine, you know, if it's not a priority. You don't have to spend 8 hours on it. Look at the difference without details and with details. It's so good. Of course, this only works because the base was alright. You know? If I didn't have a solid base here, no amount of details would save it. It's so good to get back to doing portraits like this. It's been a long time since I finished a portrait like on the same day. But the secret to it is not even that much of a secret, it's just to choose areas you want to focus on and ignore the rest, basically. Not ignore, but don't work nearly as much on the rest. I don't know if you guys agree, but I love, see how the texture polishes it? Yeah, it's like magic. And now it's time for one of my favorite parts, which is adding white details like this. I got this idea from two things actually. The first one was an artist on Instagram that I adore. She makes horror art and she does a lot of this here and looks amazing. I don't really, it's Shan Han Chuan, I think. She's really, really good. And the other was an anime, which was, what was the name? Oshinoko. I adore it. You know what I'm gonna do here? We are gonna increase the contrast on the background. Let's see if it works. Like make the darks darker. Ooh, yeah. And then the bright brighter. Let's see. Yes. But maybe, what if I make it all very dark? Let's see how it looks. No, now she looks out of place. That's so interesting. But I like the idea of the background being overall darker, because now her hair is standing out. Okay. And then... I forgot her jewelry! I said I wouldn't forget. Okay, so we're gonna rest 5 more minutes and do the darn jewelry, because we're finishing this today. I'm not gonna leave it for next live. Now that's a little bit, but it's just how it is. I don't know if everybody's like this, but for me, I get caught up in what I'm doing and then I forget what I said I would do later. So it's a little unfortunate that I already added details and now I'm gonna add jewelry, but it works. I think she's looking quite pretty, even if very different from the reference. Our focus with our study isn't always to make it as close to the reference as possible, you know? It depends. If you're studying likeness, then yes, it is. But if you're not studying likeness, you can change it. Let me actually turn the light on because it's a little dark in here. Oof, my legs are frozen. I haven't stretched in like 2 hours. Usually when I'm actually working, this 5 minutes pause, I stand up and I walk a little bit. Usually I take care of something on the house, like, I don't know, washing some dishes or something. But when we're here on the live, I'm not gonna be standing, right? Although, maybe, okay, let's all stand. Oh my God, gotta stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretching is great for you, so we all need to do it, okay? Today the weather is really nice in here, actually. It's been getting cold lately, right? But I think today was like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 20 degrees Celsius, which is about 70 Fahrenheit. Pretty good. But inside here, my house is very cold. That's why, even though it's not cold out, I have this on. Okay, I'm actually just gonna let's go. It's already 5:08 here. And let's paint that jewelry. And then we can call it done. 25 more minutes. You guys are gonna see how to paint jewelry now. Okay, new layer. What we're gonna do is pick a color that is, so we see that it's somewhat. I'm just doing a little something here. Then I'm gonna place it correctly. Then there are two, so let's. Now this doesn't look good, so the second one I'm just gonna do it again. Because what looks really nice about jewelry is when we make it organic like this. So we have this, now we're gonna add the bright. Something like this. I'm actually gonna select the top part and place them closer together. Like this. Then on this area we don't actually see so bright. So let's make it a little bit darker. Like this. Then we have jewelry piece 2. And let's add kind of like this. And then we need to add the hair bending. So let's do that. The hair is bending around here. Okay, something like that. See what I say about not focusing too much on what's not the focal point? Like, sure, I could spend another 5 hours here doing this with a lot of care. If it was a commission, I would. For my own personal art, I don't enjoy it this much, like spending a lot of time on details, you know? Like I said, art needs to be fun first and foremost. So from here we just need, hold on. We just need the pendant. Thank you! Thank you, Cara. Cara Lipa. I'm gonna call you like that from now on. Okay, so this one's gonna be fun. We're gonna be doing geometric shapes on it. Let me just change the name. And then what we're gonna do. Like this. And then this. I'm first just doing some things here, like kinda random. It's not really kinda random, it's pretty random. But I will clean some of it later. So this here, and now what I'm gonna do is gonna be with a hard brush, and I'm gonna set No, I'm not gonna set anything. I'm just gonna select colors. Very different color, like this and some pinks. We have some red up here. And then some more blue. And then let's see how we can improve this. I don't like the yellow. Let's change it. I'm just choosing weird random colors, but they're not really random. They are within a range, okay? They're not actually random. But some of it is working and some is not. I keep creating new layers as I work on it to try and fix it. Okay, what I might do is, let me change the brush tip. Make it 100% thickness or so. It's gonna be easier for me to control. And then just change the hue. Color jitter, it's a good one. I want to change a lot of it, so let's see. Okay, I'm struggling, so zoom out. When you're struggling, zoom out so you can see. Oh, I accidentally flipped it. When you're struggling, zoom out so you can see better. She does. It's because I think you left and then you came back. Yes, I did edit and then I realized I had forgotten. I had forgotten the jewelry. So yes, she does have freckles. Okay, from here I think I'm gonna do glow. Not like this. A little bit of glow and a little bit of a tone curve. Yeah, I think this is pretty fine. Now what I want to add here is this skin. I think it looks nice. Ooh. Bye, Simon. Thank you for coming. So here are the details, Carolina. Let me show you. Ta-da! And the highlights, which need to be below the pendant. Oh, wait. Okay. These two need to be below. Okay. Oh, no, it needs to be above it. Yeah, never mind. Thank Thank you. I struggled. But you know, it's normal to struggle with things. We just can't give up. I think I want to add some volume to it like this. No, that was too much. Okay, like this. And now I think she's done. Ta-da! One full portrait in... How long have we been here? 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think we're doing well. But you know, sometimes I say it, but I think it is important to reiterate that speed is not the goal. It is good to have it, but it's not the goal. And it's good to practice it, even if you're not, or maybe especially if you're pretty slow nowadays at this moment, then practicing speed is very, very useful. Not because it will make you quicker, although it might, but because it will help you make better choices. When you don't have a lot of time to, you know, second guess everything you do, then you just become quicker and better, and yeah. Overall, you stress less as well as an artist. Okay, she's done. Ta-da! What I'm gonna do now is just a little bit of blur on the side with the lace. I don't know if it's gonna be ideal, but we're gonna try. So I'm gonna select this area, this bottom area here, and this bottom area here. I'm gonna go to select, blur border by 100. And then let's go to blur. Just a little bit. We don't need a lot of it. Ta! And then we have a soft blur. Although maybe here is better without blur. Yeah, I think this is better. Now, you know, although I'm saying I'm done, I'm not done. Her hair is too monochromatic, and I love having different colors. Her skin as well. I'm gonna just create one for colors here, and then we will finish it. Now, let me think about what colors to add. A little bit of purple is a good one, right? It's like good call. And then maybe a little bit of green, weirdly, like teal, not actual green. And then on her skin, I want some purple. Some red. I'm pressing very lightly and erasing when I see it's too much. Now, is she a fairy or is she a mermaid? We don't know. Hi, Mark. That's okay. Thank you for coming. Trying to add a different color here, but I'm not sure which color I want to add, you know? I think I want it to be warmer. Oh yeah, warmer on the edges. Oh, that's a good one. It's like subsurface scattering, but it's not. Let's see, without and with colors. Now I'm liking it. She's looking a little bit richer. You know, like not rich in money, but rich colors. Oh yeah, she needs green on her eye now. Oh, awesome, Mark. Thank you. You let me know. And I'd love to have you if you decide to join as one of our students. Kata is actually a student there. Catalina. I think her name is really pretty, actually, Kata. Oh, look at this subtle red here. Does it look good? I think it does. Oh, now that I look at it, I think the white of her eyes is too flat. So let's fix that. Hold on. What I'm gonna do is select it. But now that the colors are too blended, it's so hard. It's gonna be easier to just manually select it. And then remove the eyes. Oopsie. No, never mind that. Okay, new layer. Regular brush. And we're gonna paint. What do I mean by regular brush? This is just a round brush. Any app has this brush. It has no size variation and it has opacity variation. I'm gonna set it to darker color because I don't want to go over the eyelashes. Now let's blend it. Time for some blendedy blend. So I blend and then what I do is, hold on. I blend and then I create those textures that I said I liked, like this. Ta-da! Are we actually done now? Because I've said we were done like 6 times already. I want to remove some of the hardness around her eye. Because the iris is actually not nearly as hard as this, like hard edged. Okay, now I'm gonna call it done. Don't let me continue. All right, this was fun. Thank you so much for coming, guys. This was amazing. Hey, she looks cute. I'm happy about it. Yeah, she's lovely. I didn't think, at first it didn't look like she would look very lovely. Oh, you know what? Okay, again, here I am finding new things to do, but I want to add some texture to her skin. I just got a dirt brush, not this one, but like it's not even specifically a skin brush, but I like doing this. Thank you, Mark. Have a great weekend as well. Thank you. I like adding different tones to things as well. I think it looks good. Okay, we gotta call it done, guys. Someone's gotta restrain me here, or I'm gonna keep working on it forever. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for coming, and don't leave yet. Hold on. I'll see you on Monday, because Monday we have the portrait challenge. I'm gonna show you how to do this in 5 days. Okay? So, see you on Monday. Oh, the link to join, if you're not part of the challenge yet, it's a free challenge, just join. The link is in the description. Okay? Bye bye, thank you. Thank you for those who came live. Thank you for those who watched later. And thank you. Bye bye bye. Okay, I said I was gonna go, but I didn't yet. Why did you put the cry emojis, Kata? I don't know if I say it with a more of a Spanish pronunciation like Kata, which is similar to Portuguese, or if I say it like in English, like Kata. Anyway, bye bye, take care.